Pedri is the best midfielder in world football, and surely when he retires, he will be a Barcelona legend. But what if he started his career in the Real Madrid Academy? So today, I'm resetting Pedri's entire career, placing him in La Fabrica and trying to make him a Real Madrid legend. So as Pedri has arrived in the Real Madrid Academy, and Pedri is 16 once again, as his overall is a 72, which was his rating back in FIFA 20. And very interestingly, his preferred position back then was a left mid, as he can also play cam. But of course, if Pedri wants to go ahead and sign a pro contract, he's gonna have to go ahead and win the youth tournament with Real Madrid. And well, winning the youth tournament started off perfect, as in the first game, Pedri went ahead and got 2 assists to win 2-0 against Elche. And then in the semifinals, he scored his first 2 goals in the Real Madrid Academy for another 2-0 victory, as it was time for the youth tournament final against Barcelona. And Pedri started off straight away having a chance to score, but it was saved by the keeper. But he wasn't gonna miss twice. And now it's Pedri on the ball once again, looking to take the lead for Real Madrid, and it goes in bottom corner. Pedri and Madrid take the lead. And here come Real Madrid once again, straight after Pedri scoring his goal, gets the ball into Costa, and it goes in. He gets an assist, and now it's 2-0 to Real Madrid. He's gonna be signing that contract. And the whistle is blown. Real Madrid win the youth tournament, and Pedri has gone ahead and signed a professional contract with Real Madrid, joining the Galacticos, getting one step closer to becoming that Real Madrid icon one day. I wonder how he feels about it.
My dream has come true. I have signed for Real Madrid. I will become a legend one day by winning them their first ever treble.
However, there's some bad news, as Xabi Alonso has brought in Pedri into his office and has says, Pedri, welcome to Real Madrid, but I also have to tell you goodbye, as we accepted a huge offer for you, and I'm sorry, you will not be a Real Madrid player. If you want to play for us one day, you have to earn your way back. And boys, it turns out that huge offer was from Atletico de Madrid, as Pedri will be joining Diego Simeone's club for 10 million. No wonder Real Madrid accepted that offer. And here is Pedri now going to be an Atletico player, far away from becoming that Real Madrid legend he wants to be. And only at a 72 overall, he has no chance of competing with the likes of Alex Baena and Ruggieri, as he will probably be going out on loan. But before Pedri listens to any offers, I think the position I want Pedri to be in his entire career, I want him to be a center attacking mid. And as Pedri has converted to a center attacking mid, he's gone up a +3 to a 75. However, I was correct, as Diego Simeone has said, Pedri, you're gonna be a huge talent one day, but you must go out on loan. And I know you wanted to become a Real Madrid legend, but let's be honest, you're never gonna play there. Consider becoming an Atletico legend. So that is a lot to unpack for Pedri, as he has been loan listed. Let's see what kind of offers come in for him. And the first offer that's come in for Pedri is very interesting. It's Fenerbah on a 2-year loan. Now, I do know a 2-year loan would be perfect for Pedri. However, going to Turkey, I'm not sure if it's the best move. And straight away, Pedri receives a second offer, and it's from Olympique de Marseille. Well, Olympique Marseille are in the top 5 league, which should give him bags of experience. However, there is a lot of older players in the side, and maybe he can be the young one to maybe win them a league title, which would definitely impress the likes of Atletico to stardom and Real Madrid in the future. And the final offer that has come in, it is from the Premier League in Aston Villa. Another very great offer, but will he be starting over the likes of Morgan Rogers? Out of these 3 clubs, which one is the perfect choice for Pedri's career? Well, before Pedri makes a decision, in order for him to become an experienced footballer, as he's currently a rookie, he needs to win his first trophy. And Pedri has made his choice, as for the next 2 years, he will be in Turkey with Fenerbahce. And it was very tough, but I think he's smart. Winning a trophy at Aston Villa is impossible because they suck, and winning the league title off PSG is going to be almost impossible. And I'm sure here at Fenerbahce, he can go ahead and win one of the trophies to take the next step of his career. And now that Pedri has arrived to Fenerbahce, he is gonna have some competition here in Cizamansky and of course Anderson Talisca in that composition. However, this Fenerbahce side is looking absolutely incredible. I wouldn't be surprised if in his first season he wins his first trophy to become an experienced player. But of course, Pedri needs to improve his stats if he wants to start for Fenerbahce. And with his passing already looking very good, we're gonna go ahead and give him the shadow striker role to get his skill moves up, but more importantly, his finishing and his pace. But it's time for the first game of the season against Alanyasaspor. However, Pedri would not be starting in this game. It looks like he's gonna have to make his debut off the bench. And it's safe to say Fenerbahce really struggled without Pedri on the pitch, getting 2 great chances that both weren't converted. But luckily, Talisca scored a goal against the mid-table team. But now it was time for Pedri's debut, as he's coming on in halftime. Can he show the Fenerbahce boss that he should be starting? And immediately here comes Pedri on the attack. His first touches as a Fenerbahce, as a pro footballer, through ball into El Nesiri, and straight away. And Pedri has lit up Fenerbahce, getting his first assist. But sadly, the ref blows away, so he just didn't get enough time on the pitch. But Pedri immediately got an assist. And straight away in the following game, Pedri is playing against Godsep, another mid-table side, as he will be receiving his first ever start in his professional career. And Pedri started off the game brilliantly, setting up Jonathan Duran to make it 1-0, and he set him up again to make it 2-0. However, he continued to feed Duran, but Duran just couldn't finish his hat-trick. But of course, Pedri had to get it for him. And now it's Pedri back into Jonathan Duran, who is on a hat-trick here. Can he go ahead and finish it? And yes, he does. Not only does Duran get a hat-trick, but Pedri gets a hat-trick of assists, man. He's crazy. But of course, Pedri was searching for his first goal, as he failed on his first attempt and also failed on his second attempt. He wasn't gonna give up. But now it's Pedri on the ball, looking for his first ever professional goal with a shot, and it goes in. Pedri gets his first ever goal, man. Let's go. And the whistle has been blown as Duran picks up his match ball. Pedri gets a hat-trick full of assists. Surely they should be winning the league title and maybe even the Turkish Cup.
What a great game, my best ever of my career. If Duran and I can continue to cook, we can definitely win the league title. So I can win my first trophy to be more experienced. Surely that will impress Real Madrid and I can become a legend one day. Or maybe an Atletico legend.
And to be honest, Pedri is right. Look at the duo so far of Duran and him. A total of 8 goal contributions in just 2 games. They should surely be winning a Turkish trophy this year. However, it's not that simple. Alongside of winning a challenge, Pedri is also going to have a rival, and it turns out that Galatasaray has just signed Karim Benzema from Saudi Arabia to try and beat Fenerbahce to the league title. And boys, it's an incredible season from Pedri. 10 goals and 21 assists. That is an insane output, now at an 86 overall. With Duran also scoring 22 and Arthur scoring 26, there's no chance they didn't win a trophy. And no, they have missed out on the Super Liga by 8 points. That Benzema signing proved to be crucial. And they also missed out on the Turkish Cup, man. But at least there's some good news as Pedri was involved in the team of the season. He has 1 year left here at Fenerbahce. He better win that league title. And to kick off season number 2, there's brilliant news as Fenerbahce have brought in John Duran on a permanent deal to continue that partnership with Pedri. However, Fenerbahce did not stop there as they also brought in 2 Spaniards in Paul Torres from Aston Villa and Mario Hermoso from AS Roma, as this is now the team that Pedri will be playing around. Surely this team will be winning the league title this year. And now that Pedri's shooting is looking absolutely great, I think this time around we're gonna give him an advanced playmaker. But of course, he still needs to win his first trophy to become experienced and defeating his rival, Benzema. And boys, this is very interesting as we are in March and Fenerbahce are sitting at the top of the table, but they're only 2 points ahead of Galatasaray as they will be facing each other up next. And as good as Pedri has been with his 10 goals and 9 assists, Fenerbahce's top goal scorer will be out injured, while Karim Benzema is the second top goal scorer in the league. I just know whoever wins this game will probably win the league title. And the news only gets worse as both Fenerbahce's pivots are out suspended. Pedri is gonna have to carry this side to a victory.
This game against Galatasaray is the most important of my career. I need to show Real and Atletico Madrid that I am experienced footballer to one day win the treble, whether it's for Los Galácticos or Los Colchoneros.
The derby started off close as Fenerbahce had an attack that was missed, but Galatasaray also had an opportunity of their own. But Pedri had the chance to change the game. The city is now on the ball. Can they go ahead and take a lead? It's a through ball into Pedri. Can he go ahead and finish the composure? And yes, he does. Pedri gives a lead to Fenerbahce in the derby. However, Galatasaray kept the pressure up, having 2 incredible chances. But sadly, Benzema put away a free kick. Shot and it goes in. It's a brilliant free kick as Benzema is now the top goal scorer of the league. Come on, Pedri, you have to win this. But Pedri refused to give up as he had a brilliant chance that was saved. And then he took a corner, which did eventually result in a penalty. And he has a chance to take the lead for Fenerbahce. And Pedri has a chance to go ahead and put Fenerbahce in the lead in the derby against Galatasaray. He goes to the left and it goes in. Normally Duran takes the penalties, but Pedri makes it 2-1. And now it's Elmas gives the ball into Pedri, the chance to finish off this game. It's Pedri in the ball, centers it into contender and it goes in. The game is over, 3-1. Pedri, of course, with an assist. And the whistle has blown as Pedri got 2 goals and assists. This game may have actually gone Fenerbahce the league title and Pedri to become an experienced player. And Pedri ends the season with 15 goals and 16 assists, another incredible season, as he is now in 85 overall. Please tell me they held on to their 5-point lead. And despite Benzema getting the player of the season, Pedri's in the team of the season again. As Pedri has done it, he has won the league title with Fenerbahce, getting his first trophy, beating Benzema to become an experienced player. And to begin season 3, Pedri has returned back to Atletico de Madrid, where he is one of the highest rated players in the entire team. And in order for him to go from an experienced player to a football hero, he has to go ahead and win an individual award, whether that's the Golden Boot in La Liga or the player of the season in this tournament. And well, when it comes to his rival, I actually have no idea yet. We're gonna have to see who he competes with. But let's see how Pedri feels about the situation.
I have now returned to Atletico and I will be starting, but I need to win an individual award to take me to the next level. If I can do that, surely Real will come calling, or I can stay here and become an Atleti legend.
And it seems like Pedri is correct. He will be in the starting 11. As his competition, Thiago Almada is an 81 overall. However, there is a problem. Last season, Atletico de Madrid finished outside of the top 4. Before he focuses on individual awards, he definitely needs to get them back into the top 4. But it's now time for Pedri's debut in La Liga. More importantly, his debut for Atletico de Madrid. And Pedri kicked off his debut straight away, having an opportunity that was saved by the keeper and created another chance for Sorloth. However, soon that was gonna pay off. And now it's Alexander Sorloth on the ball with a brilliant through ball into Pedri. Just finds himself in these positions with a shot that goes in. And just 13 minutes, Pedri gets his first ever goal for Atletico. However, Pedri did not stop there as he created a chance for Sorloth, which he did put away. And he got his second assist as Sorloth got a second goal. And Pedri makes it 4-0 with his second goal. And now here comes Atletico through ball into Pedri to go ahead and get his second in La Liga. And yes, he does. This game is all over. 4-0, 2 goals and 2 assists from Pedri. And I can't believe this. What a debut for Pedri here in Atletico. Who knows, maybe in his first season, he can go ahead and win a player of the season or even the Golden Boot.
Man, what a debut. What a result for the boys. Maybe Simeone is right. Maybe I should become an Atleti legend. However, I want to become a Real Madrid legend as well. And this is cheaper than winning the treble with Real.
And up next, Pedri does have to face Villarreal, a tougher game as they're a top 4 favorites. However, 4 games into the season, we're starting to find out who are really his challengers. And those challengers are Vinicius Jr. from Real Madrid, Rafinha from FC Barcelona, and his own teammate Sorloth from Atletico. If he wants to go ahead and win the Golden Boot or the Player of the Season, he needs to have a great game against Villarreal. And now it's Alexander Sorloth on the ball, through ball into Pedri with the first minute of the game, and it goes in. 3 minutes in, it's already 1-0. And after putting Atleti in the lead, Pedri goes ahead and gets a second goal to make it 2-0. He then sets up a goal for Ughelli to go ahead and put it away. And straight after that, he assists Sorloth to make it 4-0, and had one final chance to either get a hat-trick or a hat-trick of assists. And now here comes Pedri once again, the chance to make it 5. He scores into Sorloth. It goes in, a hat-trick of assists. And that's the end of the game. 5-0 against Villarreal. They're definitely finishing in the top 4. He needs to win an individual trophy soon. And now with Pedri climbing up the top goal scorer charts and topping the assist charts. In terms of his stats, he's starting to look very good. But I think we need to work on that pace. So we're going to go ahead and give him the half-winger development plan. And this is Pedri's best season yet. 26 goals, 23 assists, now at an 88 overall. Boys, there is no way he didn't win the Player of the Year. When it comes to La Liga, they just missed out by 4 points. But at least he got Atletico back in La Liga. However, he went ahead and won the Supercopa. And also winning the Copa de España. He was this close to winning a domestic treble. But sadly, when it comes to the Golden Boot, he did finish in 4th place, but he did not win it. The good news is he was in the team of the season, but somehow he did not win the player of the tournament, as it was given to Julian Alvarez, the man who used to play for Atleti.
49 goal contributions is not enough to get recognized. No worries, we are back in the top 4. Maybe if I can win Atleti de la Liga, surely I will get recognized and get closer to winning a treble to become a legend, maybe for Real Madrid.
And to kick off season number 4, Simeone has brought in some players to help Pedri win La Liga. And those players are 86 rated Milos Kerkez from Liverpool and an 88 rated Bradley Barcola from PSG. And as the 2 brand new signings join the lineup, Pedri is now at an 88 overall, so close to that 90. And if we do take a look at his stats, I feel like his shooting is a little bit too low. So we're gonna go ahead and go back for the shadow striker role. And let's just say if Pedri wants to win the league title, up next he has to face Barcelona. He must beat them tonight. Can he go ahead and have another amazing performance to get one over a club that will be fighting for that league title? And Atletico start on fire as Pedri has a shot that just hits the crossbar. But straight after that, Madrid weren't messing around. And now Cardoso gives the ball to Pedri, through ball into Alexander Sorloth with a touch shot. It goes in. 5 minutes in, Atletico take a huge lead, man. But sadly, after taking the lead, Marc Casado gets one back for Barcelona, as Atletico had a chance to take the lead, but it was missed. Better yet, they had 2 more chances to take the lead, but they just couldn't do it. But in the second half, something occurred. And now Barrios gives the ball into Johnny Cardoso, who gives it to Molina, who finds Pedri. 1v1 with a finish, it goes in. Boys, that could be the winner. It's 2-1. These could be very important points for La Liga title. And yes, boys, the game comes to an end. A crucial 3 points as Pedri is the man to talk about. Well, up next, he does have Real Madrid, so that's going to be another 3 points he needs to get.
3 points against Barcelona. This is huge for our season. We got Real Madrid next. As much as I want to become a legend for their club, I must beat them next week.
But it's now time for the Real Madrid derby. Pedri and Atletico need to pick up these very important 3 points. However, the Madrid derby did not start off well as Real Madrid had 2 incredible attacks that was saved by Oblak. But unfortunately, Pedri's luck ran out. Here comes Martin Odegaard on the ball, looking the chance to make it 1-0 into Camavinga. It goes in. It's a brilliant goal for Real Madrid as they take the lead. But Real Madrid just continued their domination, man, having 2 straight attacks. But Pedri had an opportunity in the second half. And now in the second half, here comes Pedri on the ball, looking to make it 1-1 here. Looking to equalize the game. A solo run and it goes in. It's a brilliant solo run from Pedri to equalize. But he needs this victory, man. Straight after equalizing the game, Pedri created a chance that led to a penalty, which means he has a chance to put Atletico back in the lead. And Pedri's gonna go ahead and take this penalty. Can he be as cool as ice to go ahead and take the lead? He chips it, but it's saved by Courtois. Pedri misses a crucial pen. However, Pedri later redeemed himself by giving an assist to Sorloth. But Real Madrid had an attack that also led to a penalty, which somehow Jude Bellingham missed. And now with the scores being 2-1, Pedri had a chance to finish off the match. And now Johnny Cardoso gives it into Pedri. We're looking to go ahead and finish off this game. It's a through ball to Pedri. Can he go ahead and redeem himself? And yes, he has. This Madrid derby has to be over. 3-1. Pedri with his second. And the referee blows the whistle. The Madrid derby is over. 6 points against Barcelona and Real Madrid. All they need to do is maintain pace and they will be La Liga winners.
Another 3 points. We now must maintain this lead to win that La Liga title. If we can do that, I should be able to win the player of the season, or maybe even the golden boot. Then I must make my decision of which Madrid club to be a legend of.
And boys, it's just another great season. 24 goals and 18 assists. A little bit less than last year, but now at a 91 overall. If he won the league title, surely he's up and running for the player of the season. Well, Atletico did win the Supercopa again, and they also won the Copa de España. He has a chance to win a domestic treble. And yes, Pedri has done it. He has won his first La Liga title by 2 points ahead of Real Madrid. But the question is, did he win the golden boot or the player of the season? Well, when it comes to the golden boot, it was won by Benedict Hollerbach as Sorloth finished in second. And I think you have to scroll down just a little bit for Pedri as he got 16 goals. Well, the good news is when it comes to the team of the season, he was there. However, once again, he misses out on the La Liga player of the season as it was given to Hollerbach. Maybe it's just impossible for him to win an individual trophy here at Atletico.
Man, another season with no individual awards. I am one of the best players in the world. Maybe there is too much competition here. Maybe I should leave Spain to go win that award and come back to one of the Madrid clubs to win them a treble and become a legend.
And now in season number 5, as Pedri is only 20 years old, he's already one of the world's best players. But like you said, maybe it's time for him to leave Spain just for a little bit. And once he wins that individual award, he can come back to one of the Madrid clubs. And the first offer that's come in for Pedri is Arsenal Football Club. You know what? This offer isn't too bad. Maybe he can win that award in the Premier League. And the second offer that's come in is another Prem side, and that is Man United. Now, I have no idea if they're still in shambles. Man United do play with 2 center attacking mids. This club might fit more of his playstyle. But before Pedri makes a decision, Diego Simeone has welcomed him to his office, and he has told Pedri, I know you're leaving the club to go win that individual award. However, I still think you should consider if you want to become an Atletico Madrid legend. You've already done a good job, and you could definitely help us win our first treble. And that does give Pedri a lot to think about. However, he received one final offer, and it was from Manchester City, and that's the one he accepted. Pep Guardiola is still the manager, and I believe he's gonna thrive so much here at Man City. And as Pedri has arrived at Man City, Guardiola welcomes him in his office, and he tells Pedri, we're gonna do something a little bit different in your career. Instead of playing you as a cam, as a playmaker, we're still gonna play you as a center attacking mid, but you're gonna be the shadow striker to win the individual award you want, whether it's the golden boot or the player of the season. And you know what? That's not a bad idea for Pedri, as this is the team Pedri will be lining up with. And of course, he's going to be the shadow striker, meaning he will score plenty of goals. So of course, we're gonna have to go ahead and give him the shadow striker playmaker role to go ahead and become a master at it. But now it's time for Pedri's debut at Man City and his debut at the new shadow striker role. Let's see if he can win the Community Shield against Liverpool. And here come Man City straight away. It's a through ball into Pedri, the chance to already City make it 1-0 with a finish, and it goes in. Pedri, 5 minutes into his City debut already, gets a goal. And not too long after scoring his first, Pedri went ahead and scored a second goal in under 10 minutes. But he did not stop there as he dominated and scored a hat-trick with one last opportunity to make it 4. And Pedri receives the ball, gives it to Omar Marmoush, who holds it up, a through ball into Pedri for his 4th. I cannot believe this. 4 goals for Pedri on his debut for City. I have no idea what Pep Guardiola was cooking, man. And yes, the whistle has been blown as Man City lift the Community Shield. I think this might be the season Pedri wins his individual award and can return to one of the Madrid clubs to become a Madrid legend.
Dan Pep was right. Shadow striker is my best position. If I can score more like this, I will win City the Premier League, but also an individual award. No one can stop me now.
But winning that individual trophy is not going to be easy because Rodrigo has joined Arsenal and will rival Pedri for both the Golden Boot and the Player of the Season. And somehow it's Pedri's best season yet, 44 goals and 16 assists. However, Marmoush outscored him. Does that mean he didn't win the Golden Boot? And when it comes to the Premier League, Pedri has won his first ever with Man City by 4 points. He also wins the FA Cup and also adds the Carabao Cup to his list. And yes, Pedri has finally done it. He has won an individual award. Has he scored 30 goals in 36 appearances? Is that the best ever by a Premier League midfielder? And Pedri has also won the Player of the Season. Finally, he's being acknowledged for his hard work. And now that he is a footballing hero, there's one thing left to do, and that is to become an icon by winning a treble. But is he gonna become an icon at Atletico or Real Madrid?
Finally, my recognition. It's time to make my final decision. I now want to win a treble, but should I become an Atleti legend like Falcao and Griezmann, or a Galactico like Mbappe and Mr. Sewe Ronaldo?
And now in season number 6, Pedri has now been transfer listed as both Atletico and Real Madrid have come in from. The question is, which Madrid club will he be joining? And Pedri has made his decision and he is returning to Real Madrid to become a Galactico. And to be honest, I think it's the best decision. He never got a fair shot here at Real Madrid. So now there's one thing left for him to do, is to rock up with a Real Madrid shirt and go ahead and win them the treble.
And of course, it was always gonna be Real Madrid. I started in La Fabrica. I must now bring the treble to the Bernabeu for the first time ever and become a Real Madrid legend.
And this is the team Pedri will be lining up with. This is one of the best teams I've ever seen. Can he go ahead and win the treble and become a Real Madrid legend? And we have reached the end of the season. It's not the best season from Pedri, 17-10. But you have to remember, he is surrounded by some of the best players in world football. And Pedri has gone ahead and won La Liga by 2 points over his old club. They also won the Supercopa, which does not count for the treble. But yes, boys, the treble is on. They won the Copa de España versus Villarreal. The question is, are they in the UCL final? And when it comes to the group stages, they finished in first place only with 1 loss. In the round of 16, they beat Leipzig. In the quarterfinals, they beat Brentford. And in the semis, they beat Roma. What a weird run. Which means they're in the final against his old club in Man City. Pedri versus Guardiola is going to be crazy. And I can't lie, this City team looks incredible. It seems like Haaland has rejoined the side, as he is their top goal scorer with 33 and 4. But Nipan and Reindeers also had brilliant seasons. But of course, the question is, can Pedri go ahead and fulfill his dream and beat Man City to win a treble and become a Real Madrid legend?
From a youth in Madrid's academy to a man torn between its 2 hearts. Sold before he could shine, yet Simeone whispered of legacy, not loyalty. He wandered through Fenerbahce's lights, where wonder met purpose. Then came Guardiola's touch, the artist reborn as executioner. Now crowned in white with Spain's glory at his feet, Pedri, 1 match from a treble, 1 night from becoming a Madrid legend.
Back into Pedri with a brilliant through ball into Mbappe. 1v1 already. Can Mbappe put him in the lead? And yes, he does. 7 minutes in, Pedri gets an assist. And it's 1-0 against Man City. And now it's Pedri on the ball once again. Gives it back to Kylian Mbappe. Straight through into Pedri. 5 minutes later. No way can they extend the lead. And they have. It's a screamer from Pedri. In just 11 minutes, it's 2-0 to Real Madrid. And now it's Jude Bellingham in the second half. Can they go ahead and score and finish off the game here? It's Pedri with a through ball into Kylian Mbappe. 1v1 with the finish, and it's all over. Man City never stood a chance. A goal with 2 assists from Pedri in the final so far. And the referee blows the whistle. It's all over. City never stood a chance as Real Madrid and Pedri lift the Champions League. And they complete the treble, so Pedri becomes a Real Madrid legend. If you guys enjoyed this video, click on the screen and watch me take over the entire career of Lamine Yamal. If you guys enjoyed this video, click on the screen to watch me play the entire career of Lamine Yamal.